Welcome to the Mind Unleashed, episode 14. You're here, you made it. How are you? Um, I've wanted to do this one for a while. This is going to be an episode about the theme parks, pretty much Universal and Disney in general. Maybe a little SeaWorld tips and tricks. I really don't go to SeaWorld too much, or Busch Gardens, because it's kind of out of my way. But these are some tips and tricks that I prefer, or I would recommend. Some tourists using if you're coming in for the first time at the theme parks and you're used to Six Flags, what have you. These are just kind of tips and tricks that you should know would save you some cash, time, effort, and the theme parks pretty much. It's kind of like some secrets. I won't be giving away too much insider secrets, sadly, because of security measures and stuff like that. But just some fun stuff that you should will definitely help you out in your vacation when you do come to visit, and you'll have a good time, and you'll meet some people and do some cool rides. So hopefully these will save you some cash in the long run, and you'll still have fun. You'll come on vacation more, and stuff like that. Alright, before we start the pod, I want to give a quick shout out to my supporters. As always, these guys support me. They're friends of mine. They run their own businesses too, but they're always here to help me out, stuff like that. So, first one is going to be Lyft, the ride-sharing app. I use it all the time. Use our code TUMP for $5 off your first ride with Lyft. Like I said, I use it all the time. I love it. It's better, when you're going out for a beer, what have you. You don't have to find a car. There's somebody there to pick you up, and they are very good. The drivers are awesome. Everybody I've had. So definitely check them out. Use our code TMUP for $5 off your first ride. Also check out Dine Art Studios. Daniel Wieselberg, a good friend of mine. He does professional drone shooting, drone certified pilot. He does everything from residential shooting, any special occasions, weddings. Also does headshots. If you're an actor in the Orlando area, you're trying to get some beautiful headshots done, check out Daniel. He's really, really good. He's a phenomenal filmmaker. Check him out at Dine Art Studios. Use our code OMI for 5% off when you book your next project with him. Also, he works with Weiss. Check out Weiss Productions. Weiss Productions does weddings, any special occasion, photography, digital photography, high definition shooting, stuff like that. He's getting pretty booked up now, so if you guys want to check him out in the Orlando area, he's going to be going to Jamaica pretty soon. He's got a few more gigs coming up. Kind of getting really busy. Use our code OMI for 5% off when you book with him. You check out wieselproductions.com for that. All the links will be down in the description. Alrighty guys, welcome to the pod. Thanks for joining us. Now that that's all out of the way. So in this episode I'm going to talk about the theme parks, Universal and Disney in general. So tip number one that I would highly recommend everybody doing is know how to start your day with Universal. Universal and Disney do have security checkpoints, and to get your stuff through that immediately and quickly when you come through, expect to pay. The first thing it's going to be is to expect to pay for parking. Parking is going to be about $20 for both parks. Either park you go to, it's about $20. The good thing about Disney is once you park, you can hop on the monorail, the bus system to get to each park you want to get to. So choose for your park wisely, because if you're going to be leaving the parks, you want to make sure, like, shit, I can get out of there without having to worry about the fireworks or what have you, and get to your car and remember the spot you parked in. So just heads up, over there, pick the park you're going to go to and you want to leave. Like, that's the park you're going to hit last and get out. So usually it's like Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is a clusterfuck to get out of at night if it's your first time. You haven't done the fireworks, you haven't seen the certain fireworks systems over there. But just choose wisely what park you're going to do and expect to pay that $20, unless you have an annual pass holder with you or somebody who is a cast member or what have you, to give you a bit of a discount, free parking there. I believe they're doing, I'm not sure exactly, we went there the other day and to ride the Flight of Passage, the Avatar ride, which I'll talk about that later on. But yeah, that's, I believe, like after 5 o'clock or something like that, they do offer free parking, but you do have to pay to get into the park. Don't hold me to that. I'm still new to the whole thing. My family does work for Disney. I'm still learning that whole sequence. After living here so many years and not having an annual pass, being able to get in for free and stuff like that. Universal, because I do work there, I know a little bit more about that. So Universal, same thing. Expect to pay the $20 unless you have a person that works there, they can get you through free parking, but don't beg. So like I said, if you're coming to Florida, what have you, just expect to pay that $20 fee to get into the parking structure, and you'll be getting into the Universal side of it, which is City Walk, which has your nightclubs, your AMC theater, your food, your drinks, stuff like that, and Margaritaville and stuff like that. People that really want to check that out, and your shopping and stuff like that. Disney Springs is kind of like the equivalent to City Walk. That is exactly free parking. Just remember, when you get to eat and drink, you're paying for all that. So just be heads up. After, I believe, 6 o'clock, Universal has offered now, about a year ago they started it because they want more locals to show up. They're offering free parking after 6. So if you're planning on staying at a hotel or what have you, or you're just staying off property, just know after 6 o'clock you'll be able to get free parking. So you'll be able to hit the nightclubs, you'll be able to go to AMC Theater, you'll be able to do a few things if you don't want to stay on the I-Drive in Orlando here. Okay, now that parking's out of the way, the second thing I recommend, like I said before, is security. Expect to go to security. It's just something you're going to have to do. Universal is a little more set up, I think, probably the best than Disney. And let me go into that. Being working for the theme parks, I'm not going to give too much security secrets away, but the best thing I would do is you're going to have to go to the metal detector. Now, what you want to do is make sure somebody is dedicated to hold the bag, or, pack for the day. Don't overly pack. So have your camera, your gear, your stuff like that you are going to bring in. Maybe you got a Harry Potter one. Make sure you keep that all in one area. That way they can just put it through the scanner really quick and you're in and out, not with life. Now, if anybody has cell phones, cameras, keys, stuff like that, do what you do with the TSA. Okay, pretty much keep everything in a Ziploc bag. Cell phone, keys, what have you, change, wallet, stuff like that. So you can just slide that right through the X-ray scanner and you're in and out now with life. You get wanded down real quick, they're going to check you real quick at Universal. The good thing is you're in and out in seconds. Just make sure, that'd be the best thing to do. Is I usually have all my cell phone, keys, stuff like that in a Ziploc bag, and I bring it to the scanner and they're going to give me a quick wand and I'm good to go for the day. It's on time only. You'll have to, and if you leave the park, you have to redo it again. So every time you leave the park to go to your vehicle out in the parking structure, what have you, you'll have to go back in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You'll have to keep getting rescanned. Disney, on the other hand, sadly, the way that they work, if you're going to go to Disney, you're going to go through a bag check at any one of the parks, and then you're randomly selected at random to go to the metal detector. It's a pain in the ass. So you may have your bag checked. Make sure, like I said, to carry a light over at Disney and carry a light at Universal. Make sure there's somebody with a dedicated bag if you're bringing lunch or just bottled water and stuff like that with you. You have somebody there just to have one bag dedicated, so you're not carrying a shit ton of bags around the park, because it's a lot to walk and weight wise. So you'll be waiting in line. You're like dragging your bag. You're like, oh fuck. So plan lightly. If you're bringing some food or drink, it does it gets crazy over there, especially when you're in line. It's the heat and you're just doing your thing. So plan lightly. Bring one bag with you, a backpack to have your camera gear, your extra batteries for your camera, GoPro, what have you. Disney, there is no selfie sticks at all. Do not bring a fucking selfie stick. They will confiscate it or ask you to leave it in your fucking car. So do not bring a selfie stick over at Disney at all. They don't allow it at all. Universal's kind of hit or miss. We do allow it. We don't allow it on rides. Be very careful there also. If you're being a nuisance, they will ask you to put it in the vehicle. That's just the things I've saw from where I work there. So, like I said, with Disney, you're going to go through, they do a bag check. That's every freaking park. And then you have to go, you will get wanded if they want to wand you. If you're randomly selected, which I guess security looks at you and go, okay, you there. You're going to go through it. I've been picked so many effing times, man. Fucking I've gone through and it's been like, hey, your bag I have all my, Gatorade stuff in the backpack. But guess what you gotta do now? You gotta take it all back off, put it in a little thing here, and now walk to the method we can wand you real quick. And I'm like, we couldn't figure this fucking out 2 minutes ago. I couldn't have just, had everything all set. You guys can just scan me and get me done. That's one thing I like. I prefer Universal's way they do it, because you're going through the metal detector. You're ready to go. You're amped up. You're like, all right, I'm cool. I'm ready to go. I'm in and out now with life. I don't have to get checked anymore. I'm cool for the day. I have my Gatorades. I'm good. But Disney, like I said, each park, if you're planning to do each park a day hopper, be warned, you're going to be doing this consistently. The whole family will be doing this consistently. It is random, as they call it, randomly fucking selected. I don't believe it's randomly selected, but just as a heads up, be ready for the rescreening if you're going to each park. So just get ready for that. Okay, so now that you're in the park, okay, there are a few options there also. At Universal, there are now there are 3 parks. There is the Universal Studios, there's Iowa, and there is Volcano Bay, the new water park that they're still kind of completing, but it is officially opened. And I heard some mixed reviews. If you guys have read the Trip Informer, stuff like that, it's a decent looking park. I have plenty of friends who are still working on some of the props for it. It looks amazing. I had to work over there a couple of days ago, or a while back, and yeah, I'm pretty excited when things are going to be functioning properly. And some people are saying they love it. Others are saying, wait. So I can't officially go in there yet myself. They blocked out our stuff, so that it is what it is. Oh, we also have City Walk, but City Walk is a whole other entity. Like I said, it's your nightclub, stuff like that. So it's pretty much three places you can go inside the Universal area that give you that full experience. So now that you're in Universal, you'll get your pass. Plan on what you're going to do when you get to the parks. Okay, so which park you're going to use, how many days you're going to stay there, yada yada yada. That way you'll know, okay, I want to start at, or ask an attendant, because most people when they get to the parks, the misconception is, okay, I want to do the Harry Potter. Now there are 2 Harry Potter areas. There's the Diagon Alley, and then there's the Hogwarts Castle, which is the Hogsmeade, where the 3 broomsticks are and stuff like that. So you'll be going to Hogsmeade, and Hogsmeade will be on the other side of Iowa. That is the castle version of it. So that is Harry Potter's full experience. Diagon Alley is more the first movie on where Harry gets his wardrobe, he gets all the Gringotts Bank, stuff like that. And there is a way to get over there, so if you want to do the full experience, I recommend going to Universal first and doing the train, hit that Gringotts area, really get your photos, the night bus, stuff like that, and downtown London, and then head over to take the train. There are 2 different variations. There is the train that takes you over. It's a completely awesome experience. And then the ride back from Island to Universal is really cool too. So it's 2 different variations. So make sure you plan your day with that. If most people get misconception, I want to go to the castle first, so I want that. If you're a Harry Potter fan, do Universal first, and definitely head your way over there so you kind of get a full immersion of what it is. Also, if you are staying on site with Universal, okay, you'll have, some people do get what we call a early park admission, which is only about 45 minutes. You're let in, but you're only we hold you for about 45 minutes. Usually they'll have things set up for you so you can follow through and go to the Gringotts area, which is probably one of the biggest things we have, or Jimmy Fallon, which has just opened up also. Be warned, it's what they call a soft opening. Not everything is open. I've had some people bitch at me a lot in the morning because I open the park a lot, stating that, hey man, I paid $80 for this, why aren't you letting me in the park? You are in the park, however, you're going to follow the path that we directed for you, unfortunately, because certain things are already at the whole park doesn't open usually till 9 o'clock, so make sure when you get in the park or you're checking your map, when you're doing this vacation thing, you're just checking your hours. You're just checking that, hey man, the park's going to be opening at 9 o'clock. We understand some people have character breakfast, stuff like that, set up. Unfortunately, some of that times are going to be variation depending on what the park is doing. If they're ready for you just yet to go down that area. There's somebody there waiting for you to, guide you to that area. And usually you just point at one of us and we can usually take you down there, depending if it's ready to go yet. But that's a misconception I get. Say, hey man, I paid my $80. Why aren't you letting me in the full park yet? Thing is, you're only allowed in for a few more minutes earlier than most guests. Just be wary of that, and please be kind to the employees that are trying to help you out. We understand you paid the money. We're just trying to guide you the best we can for you're having a good experience. The park, when you guys see it, is not at full operation, and then when it finally drops, everybody's in position where they need to be, so you can have a full comfort experience. And usually, most people want to go to the biggest ride, which is usually the Harry Potter, and that's usually at USF with the character breakfast, what have you, or they usually go over to the 3 broomsticks, which is over in Iowa. So just be worried about that. Worry about that. Disney also does it. It's called a rope drop. Rope drop is going to be for hotel guests only. They're probably given about an hour, and it's only a few rides that are open. It's not the whole park is open, unfortunately. So it's what they call rope drop. It's about an hour for hotel guests only. You need to show your hotel key, and then you'll get into the gates, scanned in, and you're good to go. But also be wary that not many things are open either, and they direct you to where you need to go. So just be wary about that. Make sure you're picking your hours and what park you're going to be doing and what times they close. Also, for both parks, make sure you're finding out if you're ever coming to the parks. Like if you're planning your vacation, AAA can tell you some garbage things. A lot of people go through AAA to get their tickets. It is a bit cheaper. Definitely don't do the flea market thing, man. If you come in here in Florida and it sounds too good to be true, usually it is. That's one thing I would not do. The flea market buyers, they're getting a big percentage of what they. Definitely go to the park, deal with the park in general, or deal with AAA, an honest to goodness vendor of tickets for Disney and Universal. Do not get screwed out of money. I have a story about that. A party of 6 or 8 did do that. A party of 6. Sorry, I got a text message. A party of 6 did do that. They went to a vendor on iDrive here, and they got screwed out of a good chunk of money. The tickets were duplicated from another thing. They were already used. They went to Universal, and real story. They went to the main gate thinking, okay, we're cool, we paid our parking, blah, blah, blah. We saved all this money, we have an express pass. The tickets were not valid at all. I'm not sure what Universal did with them before them or how they did it. If they offered them a discount. They asked where they bought the tickets, they said where they bought them. So the people that they were out like $1,500 to $2,500 for that family. I really felt bad. I was like, wow, never ever ever, go to a dishonest vendor, especially just go to the theme parks. So just be wary that if you guys are traveling, definitely deal with your AAA agent when you get to the gates. Talk with them and just see if they offer any discounts. Usually, sometimes they do for veterans, stuff like that. It's not much, like a few bucks off, but it's something. So make sure you're dealing with an honest vendor, so you're not getting screwed over. What else was I gonna say? So that's pretty much with the tickets, stuff like that. Now the biggest thing people mostly get with the package deals is Express. Make sure, this is what I got yelled at the other day for this. I don't know why. This guy was yelling at me, well, Disney offers free Express. Yeah, they do, and yeah, it's hit or miss. I have a Magic Band. I have an annual pass to Disney, and I've been going to Disney for quite a while since I've lived here in Florida. I've been living here for about 11 years now, so I've done Disney quite a bit and understand how the system actually works. Back in the day, you used to bring up your pass, and you'd get a hard paper pass from Disney. However, it would only matter depending on the park and how busy it was. It would, only dispense like 1,500 tickets for that day, and then when it was out, you were effed in the A. You couldn't get on the fucking ride. Today come back around this time. Yeah, it was free. No, it's not actually free. They do add it in your ticket somewhere, and that's why the ticket does cost what it costs. So they're charging you an extra $5 to $10 for the Express experience, and that's just something I do know from a few people that work there, and friends and family that do work there. So you're being charged for the Express. Disney now offers the My Disney app, which I do use a lot. The thing with that is you're allowed to book 30 days in advance. Okay, so say you're coming in the next couple of days, so you and your family have your tickets, you bought them, on the site, and you're ready to pick them up. Now you're planning your Express. Now you're planning your Fast Pass. You're only allowed to choose so many per, like 3 per area, and then the problem is it goes so quickly that you might not get in. You might not even get on the ride you want to get on until like later that night. They do run out very fast, so it's good and it's not good. I mean, I've had days where I've set up our day, and I was only allowed to choose 2 for that park, and then I ran out by lunchtime, so we ended up waiting for a few rides, which were a couple hours long. So Disney, it does work, but you really have to plan ahead for what you're gonna do, how many people are gonna go on the ride. Avatar does not have Express, right? It does have Fast Pass, but you're not going to see that for another whole month. People have booked it up so much that there are no Fast Passes available, which is okay. I mean, I read it the other day, and we waited 2.5 hours, but that's Disney's thing, so it's hit or miss. Yeah, it's a free experience, so they're saying you are paying for it. Just be wary that you're picking some of the rides, and you might not be able to do everything you want to do when it's your first visit. So most people need at least 2 days. Usually it's Magic Kingdom first, because Magic Kingdom is the one thing you see on all the new stuff. Universal is completely different. Now this is one thing I do want to get across to everybody who comes to Universal and look at me with a tense face and go, what the fuck, dude? Universal, you will always have to pay for the express. Always. Here's the good thing about it and the bad thing about it. Okay? Depending on the day, if it's busy peak or whatever it may be, definitely check your hours before you buy the express. Definitely check your days. The first thing I always tell guests is how many days are you staying. Okay? Usually they're staying 2 days, so 2 to 3 days. That's pretty much 85% right here. We bought a 3-day pass, and we'd like to do Universal Islands the next day, and then on the third day we like to do our shopping, and we like to see some of the stuff we didn't do, which is understandable. Would I recommend Express? And that's when I go into it. I'm like, okay, what time do you plan on getting here? Most guests, sometimes they don't get in until about 3 in the afternoon because they're just having lunch, or they'll head back to the hotel at the Hard Rock or whatever hotel they're staying on property. And I'm very honest, man. I don't bullshit, because Express can cost you anywhere from $50 per person to $75 to $90 per person. Now there is a package deal where they do give you both parks for blah blah blah. Now, most people at Universal will buy it. 75% will buy the pass because they don't want to wait in a long ass line. Some people won't. They're doing a 1-day stay. They're like, nah, because I have other things they want to do, see what have you. Here's the thing with that. A lot of times, like I said, I'll check with people. They got in the park. Hey, should I buy Express? Well, it's about 3. I'll say usually it's about 12 o'clock now. What rides do you plan on hitting? And I'll go, I want to go do this one, this one, this one. So I'll look at it and I'll go, are you doing both parks? Most will say, no, we're just doing one today. Okay, well, you only have 4 hours to play in the park. I would highly recommend you probably don't do that. You might want to go to this ride first, this ride second, and that ride would be done. So I try to save guests as much money as I can. I know it's something my bosses don't want to hear, but I'd rather have you be happy and not give me crap. I'd rather be blunt and honest. Most of the time, most guests will purchase it. What you can do is you can get a one-time use each ride. So it's a one express for both parks. You could, it's good for one ride. You can hop on the Mummy once, hop on Despicable Me once, Shrek once, this one once, one time only. Now if you get the unlimited express, what most people do, I see a lot of unlimited or multi-day expresses, it's more worth it because you can keep riding the damn same ride. You can get off the ride, keep riding, keep riding, keep riding. There's no booking, there's no waiting, there's no anything. The only ride you'll have to book for now in the Universal theme park is going to be the Jimmy Fallon ride, because it is what they call a virtual queue, which means you'll go in, you'll scan your pass at the little kiosk there, and it will give you a return time to come back at the best time for you to come back. It's really cool how it's set up now. If you guys walk in there, if anybody has done it, it's amazing. It's a really, really cool experience. They kind of give you the NBC kind of, it's really cool. The pre-show's really good. It doesn't feel too crowded. They want to make sure you guys have the good experience, but it's not overly crowded, so you're not being rushed through. It used to be the old Twister building, but now it's been completely gutted and turned into in 30 Rock. So it's pretty neat. I've ridden it a few times. We did test ride for it. Love it. Absolutely enjoy it. I think the guys that sing in there and hashtagging it, just the way they set it up for guests, where there's chargers literally in the chairs there in the pre-show, so you can sit down and charge your phone for a little bit until your color gets called. The NBC logo will light up with your color to give you a color card. It's pretty neat, pretty cool. But that would be the only one you're probably gonna do. Now that's the best part about it. You're not like, when you go in, you're like, okay, I can't get a fast pass like Disney. I wanted to do a certain ride the other day. I couldn't get a fast pass until 10 o'clock that night. That was the only one available. I was like, damn. So I'd have to literally sit here all night and wait for a fast pass. Now I'm because I'm an annual pass holder, I have the hopper pass, but now I have to plan around. And fast passes go so quick there. Like I said, it's not, and I have to plan around the fast passes because they're, like I said, free from Disney. People can book as many as they want. And that's multi-parties. We went to go ride Dinosaur the other day, and that's how it kind of was. We're like, oh, shit. So we couldn't. I think the standby queue, which is the regular queue, was 60 minutes, and the express queue was longer than the fucking standby. We were like, I was looking at my girlfriend. I'm like, let's just go see if we can ride Banshee. It's about an hour and 10 minutes. 110 minutes. So let's sit there. I'd rather waste the hours there and try to get on it. We did. We rode it. We got evac on the first try, but we rode it. We got back on the second one, and it rode great. I enjoyed it. Was it worth the wait? I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I really enjoyed what they did with the sequence machine and stuff like that. But that's the thing. It's like for that one, you really have to decide your fast passes. Universal, you do not. I got a hand to Universal on that one. They kind of just you pay your money, and you're guaranteed to get in each venue that you want to. Yes, it is going to be a bit of a wait, but you're guaranteed to go to the ride. You're not told, hey, unfortunately, there's only a fast pass for 9 o'clock tonight, and you might want to book that before somebody else does. There's always so many you can book in your party. So it's hit or miss. I've had friends that say they love it, but they know what they're going to hit. Like, if you're a Florida resident, you know what you're going to go on. Universal kind of has them on that because, but if you're going to do unlimited, if you want to do unlimited ride-throughs, definitely get the unlimited. And like I said, the only bitchy part that it's overpriced. It's if they go on day projection. So I'll always go in and ask. Don't get pushed into buying it. Definitely go around the park for a little bit and ask, hey, how busy is it going to be today? Ask that's the person that works there. They'll tell you the truth. So they'll say, look at the crowd and go, it's 1 o'clock today. It doesn't seem too busy yet because people are mostly at Volcano Bay. They'll switch over to islands or because they're doing the Harry Potter stuff, and then you can kind of switch yourself out. But never be afraid to ask us. We'll definitely give you an honest opinion. I mean, I think it's a little bodegas that you're paying that kind of money. But like I said, it does pay for itself if you are doing a multi-day, two-park kind of thing. It's definitely worth it. That way you can hit all the rides you want to do and do your shopping a little bit later. You're not having to worry about not being able to get on the ride. A lot of things do go down at certain hours. That's just the way theme parks run. We are 365 days. It's just overheating, overclocking, stuff like that. So just get used to that. And that's pretty much Express in general. What else did I want to say? When you're in the theme parks, another tip for you guys, please dress appropriately. I'm not trying to be like weird. I wear tank top and shorts. The one thing I say dress appropriately is because wear the proper shoes, man. I've seen more people wear flip-flops and sandals who have the most biggest blisters because they're not expecting to do that much walking. You're walking on every fucking surface known to man. Even at Disney, you're walking on every surface known to man. Concrete, tiles, sand, and what have you. Wear comfortable walking shoes or running shoes, man, because you'll thank me later. You'll be doing stairs, you'll be doing elevator, you'll be doing a lot of crap that you've never done in a while. It's a lot of walking. People just don't take that into consideration how much walking you're doing. You're walking, sitting, standing, yada yada yada. You're not hydrating or whatever like that. But they'll go and have lunch and they'll go do something cool that they won't want to do. And just be prepared. Like I said, it does rain a lot here in Florida randomly. It's just hurricane season and stuff like that. So make sure definitely wear a good pair of shoes. That's one thing I would recommend. And just dress for the climate, man. Something light, something you'll be all right, and you're not gonna overly sweat and stuff like that. What is another tip that I want to give you guys? What was I gonna say? Parking, security, all that stuff. What else? Shit. One thing I would recommend for Universal, definitely for Universal. I like that they offer, Disney does offer a little something like it. From what I'm saying, they only offer a souvenir head, and I think it's probably $1.25 to $1.50 to refill it at a certain kiosk. Universal offers the unlimited refill cup. Now they are $15 when you buy them, I believe. I think if you buy a couple, they give you a nice little discount. If you buy a bulk of them, they'll give you a discount. The cool thing about that is it's refillable all day at the freestyle machines all around the park. What I would recommend you doing is when you're done with them for the day, bring them to the hotel with you, put them in the car, and you would have to reactivate them. Now what you do is when you come back, wash them out, bring them back for your next trip with Universal. If you're doing a 2-day or 3-day, you bring them back to Island of Adventure or Universal. They don't work in City Walk, unfortunately, so I mean, you can go to a vendor and say, hey, can you fill it with water? I'm pretty sure they'll do that for you. But they only work in the theme parks, Universal and Iowa. I think Volcano Bay now has them in there also around the park. I've seen a couple people walking around the Volcano Bay ones. I think it's a whole another entity, and you might have to buy yours from there for that to work. I don't know what the whole deal is. Like I said, I haven't been over there yet, so I don't know the whole deal. But I do know about what we do for both parks. So you'll pretty much have it reactivated. I think it's about 12 or $9 to have it reactivated for the day. But that saves you so much money on liquid, such as soda, lemonade, water's free in the machine. But, you don't have to keep going around and going, shit, I'm really thirsty. I need to, I don't want to spend the fucking $5 on Powerade. You'll already have it reactivated and you can consistently get something. It does put a timer on. I think it's about a 5-minute timer, and you can go back and get more fluid or what have you. Like I said, I have friends coming in. I'll be doing that with them, save them a few bucks. We have like quite a few souvenir cups that we reactivate and clean out every so often. That is one tip I would definitely give you guys if you're going over there. Also, another freaking tip is to make sure, people's phones down, you take a lot of photos, shit like that. What I would do, guys, like what I do for my theme park experience, I brought brother to Disney the other day. I bought a solar charger about a year ago, and I use it for when we have hurricanes and stuff like that. I'll have it pre-charged. It's got a solar panel on it, and it's got a 6-bank of batteries in it that are inside that charge also. So it has a pre-charge, and then it can solar charge when I'm out and about, yada yada yada. So I don't have to find a plug. My cell phone here has a charge case. This is an iPhone 6. It's got a little charge case on it that I use consistently. I haven't hit the button yet on it to charge my phone. So I actually have about 3 batteries on me consistently from the theme park. This charge case lasts me about a day and a half, so I can get about a good 2 days out of my phone if I do use it correctly. I use live stream with it. I freaking Google with it. I'm in the park. I'm taking photos. I'm doing everything I can. Because the problem is, like, you have to run around and find a plug, and most things in the theme park, they don't want you plugging in your phones for safety hazard, fire hazard. I've broken some dude's iPad 2 years ago, so Disney, it's really hard to find a plug station, stuff like that. The best part is I don't have to stop. I can literally have my solar charger hanging on the side of my belt, getting energy, still charging itself. I can plug my phone and hit the button. I've got full battery all day long, plus extra battery in case I need it. I don't even hit the dang charge button on my phone yet. So I have consistent battery all day. So I think that's probably one thing I would probably recommend. I think it cost me about like $20-30 for a waterproof solar charger. It's got a flashlight on it and everything. It's freaking awesome. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. Like about the day. Like if you got a family, it's got like 2 ports on it. You can charge your iPad, stuff like that. That way you can go about your day, wait in line, charge your phone. You're not like looking for a damn plug. That's one thing I would highly recommend for some people. Most people are like, what the fuck? Why can't I plug my phone in? And I'm like, dude, it's just fire hazard, safety hazard, stuff like that. A case in point, I had a guy who plugged into his iPad Air when iPad Airs came out into one of my shows, and I ended up breaking. I was talking to one of my techs about the show real quick about audio show that we had. Went to go walk in, he plugged it on the side and left it on the staircase that we have. I didn't see it. I was just reacting to what I had to react to with guests. Stepped on it, broke, cracked his whole entire screen, everything on my boot, my steel-toe boot. And I said, excuse me, anybody, left their iPad here? I felt bad. It was a Brazilian dude. I was so sorry, but I was just like, dude. He's like, you pay. I said, no, I didn't tell you to plug your thing in there. I didn't tell you could. I didn't tell you couldn't. That was on your thing, and you shouldn't have it there. It's a live door. You should know that. I didn't pay for it. Universal didn't pay for it. That was his mistake. Always ask us if it's an emergency. Ask us. Don't be an asshole about it. Usually we're really nice, to people. If it's in a case of an emergency, like an ECV dies or whatever, and you need to plug your damn chair in, we will make an exception to help you out. But don't beg. Please don't beg us. And if you think we don't understand your phones, you've been taking a lot of photos. We know. But there are cases like a point, get a solar charger or a battery case. There's some really cool ones that I actually have that have given me like 2 days of battery. It's got enough battery that I can actually charge like 50 things off of it. Legitly, I have like a bank that I just carry with me. That way I'm not gonna find a plug. I mean, I can wait in goddamn Avatar for 2 hours and go and surf the web or play my game, and I'm just like, everybody's like, how did your phone not die? I'm like, oh, I already have a battery waiting for me, like charging in my pocket, which is beautiful. I mean, so it just helps you not trying to find a plug and you're ready to go for the ride. So you're not stopping, you're not looking for, you know, oh, your plug's broken and what have you. So that's just one tip I would highly recommend. Um, you know, stuff like that. I think that's all the good stuff I would probably recommend, like around the park, you know, and just, you know, you're gonna be getting the park's pretty good. Like I said, just know when you get in the park, just know the hours of operations, you know, stuff like that. That way, you know, I get a lot of that all the time also, and you know, people come up and they go, "What time's the park close?" The park closes at 9 o'clock tonight. It literally closes at 9 o'clock. Universe closes at 9. And most people go, "Hey man, why does the show close early?" Well, the show takes about 25 minutes. Doesn't get out to about 10 minutes before the park closes. So if it's an 8:30 show, 8:55, 5 minutes to clean it, you know, to get us to close the doors, get the venue. You know, we have to get we have a crew in there. Our technicians have to turn the lights on, clear the stuff up. So that's the hidden tip on that one too. The park does stay open until park closed, so the rides will stay open until then. And then once that that magic number, the 58 or the 59 of the hour, and it's time to park close, we cut the lines up and we get ready to shut down the building. We have a crew that comes in and they clean that park up. They power wash, they spray, take the machines apart, take the coasters apart, put the wheels on, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. But that's pretty much all the good stuff. I mean, like, literally security is easy to get through, and just like I said, the fast pass thing is the one thing I usually get, like, oh, fast pass, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, Disney offers it, but it doesn't really work how it should work. Universal, like, I think has a better option than that. Also, another thing, Horror Nights is coming up. For those who are going to Horror Nights, good luck. And a few of my friends that are going to use Scarecrows this year, should be fun for you guys. If you are going to Horror Nights or you're going to the Blue Man Group, know that is a separate pass when you guys go inside. Most people are like, hey, does my Universal Pass for the day work here? And why are you guys closing early? So if you guys are coming up during Halloween Horror Nights, which starts around September-ish, I think September 18th-ish, through October 31st, please note we'll be getting the park ready, and usually shuts down around 5 o'clock. We'll clear the daily guests out. It's not my opportunity. Security does that. They do have pre-loading gates. If you have a separate pass for Horror Nights, you'll be checked, scanned, and you'll be brought back in. You guys can wait and chill and relax. And the park does close early, so remember, like, for Halloween Horror Nights, it does close early. Express is much different. They only allow Halloween Horror Nights Express, which is a little more expensive than usual. Usually can be around $75 per person, depending on the day. The weekends are more horrible. They're about, I think last year was about $100 per person for the Express, about $150 per person on a Saturday night peak night. It was expensive. People are like, I just spent blah blah blah. Like, we understand, we know, but just know, coming up, Halloween Horror Nights is coming up, and if you don't like horror stuff and you don't like crazy drunk stuff, you don't come. But if you're into that kind of stuff, this will be the last year of Bill and Ted. If you like going out to all the cool restaurants all the time, having some nice drinks, feel free to come on down, check us out. It should be fun. Today we had the eclipse, and it was pretty interesting seeing all the guests actually stop, bring out their phones or their shoulder glasses, checking it out, or like grabbing us and like, check it out. It was pretty cool. Got a few good, awesome photos as we were out at work today. So yeah, I mean, that's all the tips and tricks that I would definitely give. Definitely, like I said, come prepared. Don't wear sandals, flip-flops, shit like that. Oh, God, another good one. If you guys are, just coming in and you don't want to get sunburned, please, for the love of God, if you're going to spray yourself down with sunblock, watch who you're spraying it around. I've seen people get punched right in the face for getting another guest in the face with the spray. They just don't realize where they're standing. Just do it someplace where there's not that many people, and just be polite. Honestly, just be polite where you're spraying it. It gets in everybody's mouths, and you're like, ah, I had it the other day. Somebody got it, and I was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And the guy kind of apologized. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Like, dude, just check where you're going. Maybe go into a corner or just someplace where you're not going to get on another person. But definitely just be polite about if you're sunblocking yourself and stuff like that. Just, be cool. Um, what else? That's pretty much all the good stuff. I mean, like I said, just know your hours of operation, and another thing, just be nice to the employees, man. The employees are there for you guys. We do long freaking hours for you guys. Most of us are doing turnaround time, which means we're closing at park close and we're back at work by 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. Freaking exhausting. I have done that so many times. I've closed at like 10 o'clock at night. I had to be to work by 9 that morning. So I got right back home, slept for 2 hours, and came right back at it. And I was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And the guests were like, you don't look happy. I was like, just very tired. We love you. We understand with you. If you're cool with the employees, they're usually cool with you. Usually we can do a little something for feel some people. Trust me, we understand what you guys are going through. We know what you guys paid to get in the park. It's our job to make sure you guys have a great time. Oh, and another thing, I really, 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 please, for the love of God, if you guys are coming to the park, please know your child's height. Okay? Know what the single rider is. Single rider is not for your whole family to go into. It's for one person from your family. So if you're going to go use single rider, feel free. No, you will not ride with your family. Okay, you're going to be split up. We will split you up no matter what. Usually if we have two in the car, we might take two from your party and put you in different rows. That's just ifs, ands, or buts. Does it get you through the ride faster? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But please know your child's height also. I've had so many parents yell at me, he fit yesterday. Okay, well, I have to stop you. And the next person's going to stop you. And the next person's going to stop you. So please note that you're just not going to get your kid on the ride. Even if you wear some big chucky ass shoes, some high tops, we're going to notice. We don't. we're not a shitty fucking park, man. We know we like to keep you guys safe. I've had a guest a few years ago come up to me and literally yell at me because the floor was slanted at where we were. So we brought the kid up and we're like, listen, we'll measure you again. We brought a tape measure, we brought our measuring stick out, we leveled it as much as it was as level as it could get, and the kid barely, about that much, didn't even hit the top. We just couldn't. We're like, dude, you're 2 feet too short, Well, they fit yesterday, let that happen. Okay, maybe they did. We weren't here for that, but we're not going to risk your safety. That's just one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to harm you. We don't want to hurt you. There are other things we can do for your kid or what have you. But please, for the love of God, know the height requirement. Know what you're supposed to be doing. And, please, because it screws up the people in front of you, the people that are trying to ride. And, your kid's not going to hit the radar. It stops the whole ride. It stops every employee that is there to help you out. And then we get to sit there with you and go, yeah, I really thought you were going to get on. You really thought that. I've got stories that I'm not even allowed to say until maybe I quit Universal, that I can legally write a book on them. It's just things we know that we've seen on camera. We have cameras everywhere in the damn park with high definition cameras, pretty high def. And, oh man, just the things we've seen. But please, for the love of God, be safe. Know your child's height requirement. And we're just trying to protect you. Like I said, the story that I do have that I do want to give away is a Make-A-Wish came through a couple years ago, and the father, mother, daughter, really nice family. They were real sweet to me, but after I spoke with them, they were just not having it, man. It's been a long day. They couldn't get her on ET. She was in a power chair, stuff like that for Make-A-Wish, and he was just like, he's like, we can't get her on anything. This has been a really rough day. We understood. I did, so I stopped him. I'm like, dude, one disabled person to another disabled person, yeah, we could put our chair on it. It's going to weigh the ride down a little bit. We can't do that. It's just the way the ride vehicle works, blah, blah, blah. I said, now, take this into account. What if we put her on? And he goes, yeah. And for some godforsaken reason, she gets hurt or injured or, it ends in bodily harm. How do you think everybody there on the ride track that gave thumbs up to each other to start the ride, she gets injured? How do you think we all sleep at night? It affects everybody. It affects us legally. We all can lose our jobs, and it sucks because then when you sign with Universal and Disney, you're told this. Like, if you give a thumbs up, someone died. That's on you. That's on you. Darien Lake. There's a thing with Darien Lake, man. Like, the guy had no lower half, and he had one arm. He was a wounded vet, an Iraq vet. Nobody on the ride stopped him. And they were all like 18 years old, and they were above age, but everybody felt so bad. They're like, you know what, we'll let his son push him up and then get him on the ride. Unfortunately, the ride was going to it shot up, and he flew out. He flew about 75 feet up to 100 feet to his death, and I couldn't imagine that. I was just like, holy shit. So our features now with the prosthetic limbs and shit, we have to literally, look at you and go, okay, well, you're walking the ride, but you need to literally hold yourself. Can you hold yourself up? Which is upright, in position. Can you hold yourself there in the turns? And most guests are really cool. I've had some people with prosthetic legs come up to me, and they're like, hey man, I was like, hey, unfortunately your leg needs to come off for that reason. And some people are really cool. Some people are like, can you ask me why? Can you tell me why? I usually tell them why. And they're like, alright, cool. It's like, I'll give it back to you when the ride's over. So that's a cool thing, and some guests are really cool about it. So just know what your disability thing is, stuff like that. I'm a disabled person. I ride all the rides myself, but I know my restrictions. I know what I can do and can't do. I have a really good upper body and somewhat of a lower body. But again, back to that story, I spoke with him, and I was like, man, how do you think I would feel if your daughter got injured? And he was like, I never thought of it that way. He was like, I didn't think of it that way. I was like, man, none of us want to go home at night and have to think about your daughter every night, that we either possibly hurt your daughter because we ignored our safety procedure, or your daughter's now hurt indefinitely, and what have you, and it affects everybody. And he's like, I didn't think about that. I do apologize for, bringing it up to you, and but even if they were really chill afterwards and they're like, we didn't think about that. But yeah, just it's what we do. We try to help you guys the best we can. We have better procedures, and we just want everybody to get in and on with life and have a great time, have a great vacation. But yeah, man, it should be a fun experience for you guys. Like I said, just follow some of these tips, and definitely, don't treat the employees right. They'll treat you right, man. They'll probably get you on a few rides, maybe, depending on your severity and what you want to do. Employees have a lot of quick tips for you guys. What rides you guys like to do. I had a family today that didn't want to do any rides. It was pretty funny. They spent a few $100, and they go, we don't want to do any rides today. And I went, okay, that's not rare. I hear that a lot, actually daily, that most people, they do the Simpsons ride and they're like, I don't want to do any more rides. It was just too much for me. Okay, cool. What do you like? How much motion can you do? And most people, grown people, are like, I can't do blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can't do 3D, so you have to kind of work around their schedule and do what they like. But that's just me, the tips and tricks that I give, make sure, that you're just talking with us. We'll help you out. We'll guide you through it. But this should get you through your day with Disney and Universal. Like I said, if you're using the My Disney app and your first time, definitely start getting your fast passes done. You're only allowed to use, I think it's 3 per park. And at any given time, then you can go to the next park. It does max you out, so just be aware of that. I've done it. I've maxed out, and it was like, hey, it's now 5 o'clock. You are fucked. And I'm like, damn it. So, just a heads up with that. But like I said, with Universal, it's going to be a little crazy because Horror Nights is coming up. So just be aware, by September 18th, I think it is, when we start Horror Nights. Just get ready because Horror Nights is coming. The park will be closing a little early. Always do check your times when you come to the parks, even Universal and Disney. That way you can plan your day, and feel free to stop us. Be like, hey man, is it worth buying the Express? What time's the park closed? What do you recommend? Please take our wisdom, with you. Hopefully you get through Disney and Universal a little bit quicker. And I hope this was a fun pod for you guys. I've wanted to do it for a while, I really wish I could tell you some insider stories, the things I do know, things, crazy shit, but I cannot because I still work with the company and I'm not allowed to divulge. Just hope you have fun. Everybody, usually people like to ask me what my favorite restaurant is on Universal property or Disney. My favorite one at Universal thus far is the Cowfish. It's really damn good. It is burgers and sushi. I love sushi. I'm a huge sushi fanatic. Phenomenal food. Not overly pricey. If I have a little bit of budget, I'll go there. Bubba Gumps is really good. The shrimp is phenomenal. Enjoy the hell out of it. Another one that I do like to go to, Shit. Actually, it's the bread box. The bread box is actually gonna be upstairs. Oh, and I actually started liking Moe's Southwest Grill up there. They really make a good burrito, and you know, bowl. So it's really good. But if you guys haven't been to the bread box, it's right upstairs at City Walk there above AMC. Check them out, man. It's really good. They make really good shakes. They make some really good deli sandwiches. Really good. The staff there is amazing. Cowfish again is amazing. Everybody there is fun. And if you guys are going over to Bubba Gump's, if you want to give some quick trivia to the staff there when they do the little quick trivia, ask them what is the disability that Forrest Gump has. We've stumped them. We literally stumped the staff. Nobody knew what he has. Okay, so what he has is cerebral palsy, which is what I have, and we stumped the staff. We're like, so use that. You know, if you want to give them a little quick trivia, ask them a question. We're like, hey, what disability does Forrest Gump have? And they'll go, I don't know. And you can just go, well, I found out from the podcast, blah, 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 that he has cerebral palsy. So that'd be a fun one for them. So hopefully, guys, enjoy your time. I do like, oh, shit. Check out the Twosome Factory, too, man. The Willy Wonka, it's Twosome Chocolate Emporium. Fucking amazing milkshakes. Heads up. If you're going in there, if you're going to an AMC theater, you cannot bring outside food. There is not a bathroom. There is a bathroom in AMC. The closest one is going to be next to Starbucks in City Walk. So just be very wary about the milkshakes over at the Twosome Chocolate Factory. You're welcome to bring them in the park. Just know that they are very big and they're pretty expensive. They're about like $12 anywhere to $15. They are fucking worth it though. They are worth the price of admission. The food over there is amazing. I think the cast over there, the atmosphere is awesome. I'll be eating there sometime this week with a friend of mine and his girlfriend. So and yeah, definitely check that out. If you know, I forgot that was a restaurant. It was really good. But yeah, hopefully this was fun for you guys. Hopefully that gave you some insider tips on how to get through your day. Like I said, always check with us about the Express, stuff like that. You know, we're willing to help you guys out. You don't need to spend more money than you have to, you know. But I hope to see you guys at Universal or over at Disney. I don't work for Disney, I work for Universal. But have an awesome time, man. We hope to see you there. Definitely check out the Blue Man Group. That is an extra entity. That's like an extra few bucks to check that out. That used to be actually what the Nickelodeon Studios was. And another fun thing that most people ask me, is Universal a live film studio? Yes, it is. It still is. Has plenty of sound stages that we still use daily for Family Feud, TNA Wrestling that they film like weekly over there. I think they're done filming for the month. They're going to be coming back in next month to do some filming. They always look for a studio audience, people in the park, to actually jump in on that and be a stand-in. You know, you get to actually watch some of the matches that are pretty good. And they're always doing commercials consistently. I always see production trucks back there in the park. So never be afraid to ask guest services or studio audition center if they're doing something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd be glad to help fill you in. Also, like I said, you know, if you lose anything, check out with them. But hopefully these tips and tricks helped you out. Hope to see you at Universal soon. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you guys later on this week. Hopefully it was fun for you. And always, guys, have a good one. Keep an open mind. I will see you later. See ya.